In everything, therefore, treat people in the same way as you want them to treat you.
If you wanna stay with me, if you wanna be with me.
G'day and welcome to another episode of the Libertarian Act, where we'll sort out the issues in the political realm from a libertarian perspective. Today I want to have a brief talk to you about the morality of socialism, or what I believe to be a fundamental moral flaw with the leftism, the left side of politics. Let me ask you a number of questions as viewer. Do you think it is moral to have your money taken, be forced to pay for things, or accept any debt without your personal consent? Would you like to have your opinion ignored and or your voice silenced and told to be quiet on issues that affect you directly? Would you like to be forced to participate in something that you feel is morally wrong or unreasonable? And would you like to have your actions controlled and be treated as a helpless victim? And do you think that this is acceptable to force on others? Personally, I think that we do have an ultimate gold standard in morality. And thanks to our Judeo-Christian heritage, which views all humans as being created equal, there is, fortunate to us, a universal gold standard or a litmus test by which we can measure morality. And this litmus test can be found in all faith traditions and generally in all cultures around the world. We ourselves like to be treated in a certain way, and that moral standard should apply to others in the same way. We shouldn't be treating other people very different than we ourselves want to be treated. And we have to be honest about that perspective. Now let's have a look at some of the socialist ideology, which is all about central state control and ownership. That the government should intervene in economic matters, that wealth should be redistributed by force from the haves to the have-nots, and that there should be a forced social public compliance in matters of behavioral morality, as the governed ought to comply with those that govern in their view, and that there is of course a reduction in our personal liberties and our personal choice in order to ensure some kind of homogeneous outcomes in society. In other words, government equals coercion and governments equals force. In my opinion, if you then think back to the previous questions that I have, is having your money taken without your consent, or having your voice silenced because it's not politically correct, or be forced to pay for our government going into war or any and programs that you feel unreasonable. Do you think that that is acceptable to force on others? Well, on the socialist side of the debate, the answer is yes, but I believe that if it was to be applied to them as an individual, it cannot be. And therefore, the moral wrong with socialism is that you create a two-tiered system whereby you have one set of rules that apply to individuals, i.e. I can't just simply take money out of your wallet because that's be considered theft. But then there is a higher level that applies to the government or those that act on behalf of the government, that it's okay to go in and take your money without your consent because it's a different principle, and therefore the law does not apply equally to all. Now, libertarians, of course, we believe in equal opportunity, in reward for effort, in wealth creation, volunteerism, minimal government, and in personal responsibility, and of course in the rule of law. But the law should apply equally to all people and should be minimal to protect our liberties and to hold us accountable for our outcomes. Anyway, if you like this video, Press like or share with your friends, leave comments below, and thank you very much for your time, and thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.